Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. We've been keeping you posted on the closed case of State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger. Closed in the sense that the active criminal prosecution against Mr. Kohberger ceased back in July of 2025 after he pled guilty to all 5 of the felonies he was scheduled to stand trial for in August of 2025, where it was anticipated that much of the evidence that the state of Idaho indicated it had against Mr. Kohberger would finally be brought out in open court, demonstrating the state's burden to prove every element of every crime that Mr. Kohberger was charged with at the beyond a reasonable doubt evidentiary standard. That trial never happened. It was canceled after Mr. Kohberger's change in plea. This case has actively remained closed since the day of his sentencing back on July 23rd, 2025. However, there still is the matter of whether the court is going to continue to keep the many documents filed under seal, including evidence from public disclosure, or if these items would be released on the public docket. A review of the case summary page this morning on the 30th of December 2025 reveals that on the 18th of December 2025 at 10:23 p.m. appears to be the last time that the case summary page was updated by the clerk of court. And we see that notation at the bottom of page 52 of case summary. Now, this is an unusually late time for the clerk to be working because it is several hours after the announced time of regular working hours for the clerk of court. Nonetheless, that appears to be an accurate item, because if you look at the last item that's still showing as new that appears on the court docket, the order unsealing, redacting, and or maintaining sealed status of documents 88 through 179, if you look at the timestamp that this item was filed onto the court docket, it states December 18th, 2025 at 22:08 hours 31 seconds. And that information can be found page 1 of this document. A further review of the court docket reveals that nothing further has been filed or unsealed pursuant to this court order that is now nearing 2 weeks old, where Judge Hippler ordered under Section A, Part 1, dozens of documents to be unsealed without redactions to the public, where the court finds no further justification to warrant their continued sealed status. As of today, even though the court made that determination nearly 2 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, not one document from the months of January, February, March 2025 filed under seal, many of them having to do with evidence ordered unsealed on December 18th, have been unsealed. We're going to continue to monitor the docket, and we will notify you once these documents ordered to be unsealed without redactions, page 1 of the order, and others with redactions that appear under the section C of this court order are released to the public. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. Thank you for joining us here today.